Hello viewers, welcome to Hila-P Sports and Entertainment TV. We are back again. This is the Champions League week, and of course, yesterday was some of the matches that played out there yesterday in Europe, and we expected some to to really happen, and there's much surprises yesterday, but we'll be discussing about that. CBN, yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you very
CBN Napoli were not able to beat Frankfurt right there at home in Italy, and the goal ended in 0-0.
It was a very, very poor performance from
very bad. I never expected that from them, because the batting draw now shows that Napoli are really throwing. They are not sure of themselves,
No, they are not. They are not. I watched the game and it was very dull. It was like a friendly match.
Definitely.
I mean, I felt Frankfurt normally these are teams that they always come out to score goals. They're always very offensive.
Yes.
And that's why they concede most of the time. But yesterday they were offensive. They could not concede.
Or can I say? Can I
could not score?
Can I say maybe Antonio Conte want to really be very careful for him not to lose the way he lost last time.
Yes, exactly. I think it's probably playing in his mind. Do you understand? Maybe it must have influenced his decision in the game. But yes. I mean, it was a very poor performance from
very poor. Very poor. Okay. And Arsenal going to Slavia Praha and beat them, dominate the game and beat them 3 goals.
Yes, Arsenal is just they are just unplayable this season. Both in
no one is stopping them.
Both in the domestic Premier League, in the domestic league, and then in the Champions League, they are just getting it right in every. I mean, even though they benched 1 or 2 players in that game against Slavia Praha, but at the end of the day, they still had to beat them 3-0. I mean, it was very easy. It was very comfortable and easy. They didn't even have to.
I hope
too much effort.
I hope they continue with this momentum.
Well, we'll wait and see. You never can tell.
Atletico Madrid right there at home in Spain now to beat Hellas by 3 goals to 1, and it was 2 goals to 1, but that minute Lorente had to come from nowhere and score the third one.
Yeah, but Atletico Madrid needed that win, even though it wasn't easy for them initially, because I think in the first half it was very difficult for them to actually break the Union Gloss defense.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they got the 3 points, and then with 3 goals to 1, I mean, it's a morale booster for them, and it should help them going forward in the Champions League.
Okay, Real Madrid had traveled to Anfield and they lost by 1 goal to 0. Liverpool now continued with the momentum.
Yeah,
they have been at least last weekend they continued from where they stopped.
I think it's good for them.
Yes.
It's good for them really, because if they had lost this game, they would have lost 2 matches in the Champions League, and maybe have 2 wins, which will put them in a very tight corner, because all these big boys want to be among the first 8 in the Champions League table, so that you go straight to round of 16. Yes. Do you understand? So, but with this win against Real Madrid, which is very, very poor from Real Madrid, because if you looked at the way the game was played, Real Madrid, I think once in
the only person I can at least rank a bit is Vinicius Junior. He really tried against them.
Yeah,
Mbappe was was lost.
Mbappe was lost because he was not getting the services he needed.
Yes, but I think you can blame the midfield.
I think generally the
midfield was poor.
They were very, very poor.
Very poor.
Jude Bellingham was not as
very poor.
Especially Jude Bellingham. And Tchouaméni as well, whom normally would have taken care of things in the deep in the midfield. There was nowhere to find, and I think he got 1 or 2.
I can play him when you have somebody. Wiz, if you look at Wiz now, Wiz is picking up that momentum. Those pickpockets passes, and
Liverpool were just too.
They were pressing. They were pressing.
I think Madrid was even fortunate enough
to survive with just a
goal.
In fact, you can give the credit to Courtois.
Courtois was
exceptional.
Yes.
Very, very exceptional.
He was the one that actually made the game
to remain with
to just concede 1 goal, because they would have considered more than that.
Even the 1 goal, he didn't see that game on time. It
was a close range header, so you wouldn't even blame him for not stopping that.
Okay, and McAllister is scoring his first goal of the season. I think
that just to show you how poor Liverpool have been this season, because
McAllister is scoring on his 12th game. Okay, I thought I'm right there. Despite picking up a red card, they were able to beat Copenhagen by 4 goals.
It was a very wonderful performance from Tottenham.
So Chelsea lost, didn't limit them.
Yeah, it did not. Yes, I think it's good to know that they have actually picked up their pieces after that loss against Chelsea. So for them to win by 4 goals to 1, even with Brennan Johnson being shown matching others, so it was very impressive for them.
Okay,
and it's kudos to Thomas.
Olympiacos leading by 1 goal to 0 till the 9 minute, and the PSV say no, we need to take a point home back home, and they did. And at the end of the day, it ended up by there's 1 goal apiece. Then Juventus, at home against Sporting. Juve has another team that is very poor.
Yeah, they've been very poor. I mean, Juve is one team that should be mentioned among the big boys.
But, all goals scored in the first half. But the second half was a barren.
But these days they've been disappointing.
Okay, we can say that maybe they're just picking up. They just get a new manager, so they just say.
Yeah, but even whether you get a new manager, whether have any manager or not, expected to show why you should be mentioned among the big boys. If you're not showing it, then you should not be involved in that conversation.
Then shock of the night. Bayern going to PSG, Paris, and beating them by 2 goals. So that's why they've been.
Was it even a shock?
One man down.
Because maybe because of the red card.
And also being not even only the red card. Being PSG, being the defending champions. The way they are, because looking at the head-to-head, what really happened? Sorry to cut you. Sorry. What happened? Even in the Club World Cup, they dismantled the Bayern Munich. So it was a shocker to me. I don't know, but I was really shocked.
Okay, well, I think you are correct. I think. If you say it was a shock, I think you may not be far from the truth, because they actually beat them in the Club World Cup.
Yes.
Even with I think two men.
Yes.
They
beat the Bayern Munich.
But still, from that game in the Club World Cup, I think when I watched the game, even though PSG got the red card, I actually, when they were playing 11 versus 11, I actually saw a Bayern Munich team which was outplaying PSG. Just that they were not able to score the goal, but they were outplaying PSG from every department. But at the end of the day, PSG got the goals. Even with 2 men down, they still scored again, the second goal. Now, yesterday's game, I knew it was going to be very tough. I knew it was because these are 2 heavyweights. These are like the 2 favorites.
I
think if you want to mention the favorites, I have to call Bayern and PSG
first
before any other players, Arsenal and the rest of them. Yes. So yesterday, I felt it was going to be more difficult. But when the game started and Bayern were scoring, Luis Diaz were just scoring. It was not like he was scoring for 4, because they were just giving him the ball very easily.
Yes, Marquinhos error. Through Marquinhos was so poor. Yes,
and then he scored the second goal. So, and if I believe if not for the red card, they would have scored more.
Yes,
because they were actually outplaying PSG.
Definitely.
But when they got the red card in the second half, PSG came back and they were fighting from all angles.
And we can give credit. We have to give credit to Vincent Company. He's been doing a very beautiful job.
He has coordinated. I mean, he has organized a very wonderful team. And I mean, I think their next match is against Arsenal. It's not going to be
an easy one for Arsenal. We're going to spend the tough one.
It's going to be like the biggest test of
Arsenal this season. Yes. If they're going to concede or not.
If they're going to concede. If they continue, maybe if they play against Bayern Munich and
beat them, then we'll not give it Arsenal.
We'll now say, okay, now
we are giving up.
Arsenal is 100% ready
to the trophies.
But let's wait and see.
Okay. Bodo Glimt right there at home losing to Monaco by a long goal. Scored by Balogun. That particular goal was a very nice, and we never expected that, because it was a very tight angle.
Yes, for him a very tight angle. Like even the goalkeeper, I think the goalkeeper himself was not really expecting him to shoot. Maybe he thought he was going to just make a cross.
Yes, but
in the 18-yard box, but he had to shoot, and inside, and they got the 3 points. It's nice for them to just be picking these difficult points, because it helps going forward.
So let's see how it goes. But it might day 5, right there, because we're looking at Bayern, because Bayern will be hosting. I think they'll be hosting us now. They'll be coming to Emirates. We'll definitely know when the time comes. Yes. But as it stands now, we have seen how they played out, and today's cracker is going to be a promising one. We'll be back again to discuss about what is going to play out today. Thank you for staying with us.